Governor Huckabee, you've called President Obama's executive orders on gun control unconstitutional and completely insane.
Yes, I
did. You've even told gun store owners to ignore the president's orders. Yet innocent people are dying from gun violence in cities like Detroit, Chicago, and Charleston every day. Is there anything that can be done at the federal level to prevent guns from falling into the hands of criminals?
Well, why don't we start by making sure the Justice Department never does an idiotic program like Fast and Furious, where the U.S. government put guns in the hands of Mexican drug lords and end up killing one of our border agents. You know, they want to talk about law-abiding citizens. I just find it amazing. The president keeps saying the gun show loophole. There is no gun show loophole. I promise you I've been to more gun shows than President Obama, and I bought more weapons at them, and you fill out forms. The president also says things that it's easier to get a gun than it is groceries. Again, I've purchased guns, and I can assure you that it is much more difficult to purchase a firearm than it is to get the ingredients of a salad at the supermarket. What the president keeps pushing are ideas that have never worked. Ideas that would not have stopped San Bernardino, Sandy Hook, Aurora. And at some point you wonder, if you keep retrying things that don't work, maybe we should just see if we could resell all those used lottery tickets that didn't work real well, because that's the logic of just keep doing the same thing with something that has failed. Of course we want to stop gun violence, but the one common thing that has happened in most mass shootings is that they happened in gun-free zones where people who would have been law-abiding citizens, who could have stood up and at least tried to stop it, were not allowed to under the law.
Thank you, Governor Huckabee.
Governor Huckabee, an American in San Bernardino, murdered 14 people, while terrorists with Belgium and French passports murdered 130 people. We're facing a threat within our borders and from outside the United States. Those European terrorists, they could have come here at any time, given that we have a visa waiver program that enables people to travel back and forth. It exists with those countries and 36 others. If countries around the world, including many in Europe, cannot ensure that their citizens are not jihadists, why are we waiving the visa requirement at all?
Well, we shouldn't be. And that's one of the reasons that I think there are a lot of voices in our country who are saying it's time to relook at the visa program. The European Union is a failure. It's not allowed for even the economic goals that they were trying to achieve. But what we're now seeing is that it's making Europe less safe, and it's proven not to be exactly what they all thought it was going to be. Our first and foremost responsibility in this country, and the first responsibility of the President of the United States, is protect America and protect Americans. We have a president who seems to be more interested in protecting the reputation and image of Islam than he is protecting us. And I'm going to be very clear that when this president makes comments like he did the other night that we have to be so careful because we don't want to offend Muslims, he needs to read his own FBI crime stats from last year, which would show him that of the hate crimes in the country, over 5,500, about 1,100 were religious hate crimes. And of those, 58% were directed toward Jews, only 16% directed toward Muslims. Maybe what the president should have talked about the other night is how we ought to be more careful in the anti-Semitic comments that are going toward American Jews than toward Muslims, because by 3 times as many, they're being targeted for religious hate crimes.
If you get rid of the visa waiver program, does that shut down international commerce?
It does not shut down international commerce, but it may slow it down. And you know what? A slowed down commerce that is making us safer is worth it. This lady who came and joined with the San Bernardino killer had passed 3 background checks, and that's why a lot of Americans didn't buy it when the president said, we'll bring in Syrian refugees, but don't worry, we'll check them out. We have a lot of confidence in a president who told us that we could keep our doctor, We could keep our health insurance. It'd cost us less. And now the latest is, if you like your gun, you can keep it too. And frankly, we don't buy it. We don't believe it. He's lost his credibility. And his inept inability to work with Congress and pass legislation has led him to do what I never even imagined doing as a governor, and that's just going and doing it my own way. That's why we elect a president, is to lead, is to be able to shepherd things through. And if I can do it with a 90% Democrat legislature in Arkansas, there's no excuse for any president not being able to lead in Washington if he knows what the heck he's doing when he gets there.
Thank you, Governor.